Our world and our society today, our humanity, is deeply confused about the concept of beauty. Why are we so confused, or how do we see this confusion manifest itself in our material world? Well, it shows up as the culture of narcissism that is so prevalent today. The narcissism of selfie culture, of our obsession with physical appearance, plastic surgery, Instagram filters, etc. This comes from a really deep rooted underlying desire to connect to beauty. The beauty we are looking for, the beauty we are so desperately seeking everywhere, is soul beauty. The beauty that comes from being in harmony with the sacred, being in harmony with the divine. Take a rose, for example, or any other flower that you find beautiful. Why do you find this flower beautiful? Well, there is a subconscious knowing within yourself that the beauty of this flower represents something much more profound, that this beautiful flower is a physical representation or a physical manifestation of the underlying harmony and beauty of the universe, of the cosmos, of the divine, of which you are part. So, in a way, our soul knows that external beauty can be a reflection of an underlying harmony and an underlying alignment with the divine, with the sacred. And this is why we look so much for it. It's, of course, in the world that we experience today, we lack beauty cruelly. We are in lack of beauty in the way we relate to each other. We lack beauty in the way we connect to the natural world and the way we treat our earth, in the way we treat each other. And all of this lack of beauty, the violence we experience, really creates a very big desire for beauty and a feeling of lack, of emptiness, a void within ourselves. And so our whole being is on this quest to reconnect to this beauty. The only problem is that most of the time we look for it in the wrong places. For us to be able to recognize soul beauty and to differentiate it from superficial beauty, which is a layer of varnish, a coat that we can lay over something to beautifully package something. We can put some makeup on, we can do our hair, we can put on a fancy Instagram filter, and we can look very beautiful, but it doesn't say anything about who we are on the inside. It doesn't say anything about our underlying beauty, the beauty that comes from an open heart, from a spirit that is alive, from a beauty that shines through any external layers. Soul beauty, to be able to feel it and to recognize it, it has to already have a root within ourselves. For us to be able to recognize it on the outside, we have to cultivate it on the inside. And we cultivate it by cultivating our spiritual connection, our spiritual consciousness. It is because we are able to feel, experience, and connect to the divine and the sacred and recognize it within ourselves that we are able to recognize it on the outside. For us to be able to recognize the beauty of the divine, of the sacred, of the soul, there already has to pre-exist a resonant field within ourselves. If this is not there, or if there's a very small resonant field of beauty and the sacred and the divine within ourselves, we don't know how to recognize it on the outside. And what this does is that it creates an obsession with superficial beauty, with Instagram celebrities. It creates an ability to easily manipulate people. It is the cause why sometimes we are completely manipulated by beautifully uttered words, because we're we're taken in by the beauty of the words, and we fail to recognize that they are spoken by someone who doesn't embody the values that they are supposed to represent. So it is important to be able to identify the difference between a superficially beautiful item person and a deeply soulfully beautiful item person. There's another way to recognize the difference between superficial beauty and soul beauty. Superficial beauty can stir sexual desire in us. We can feel sexually attracted by someone who is superficially beautiful. Someone who is soulfully beautiful, or someone in whom we recognize soulful beauty, is someone who makes us want to be a better person. We can still be attracted to this person, but there is a desire stirred within ourselves to cultivate this kind of beauty within ourselves and to become a better person, to align ourselves more to the divine, to cultivate the sacred within as well. Soul beauty is beauty that satiates the desire of the soul and of the spirit, and not only a sexual desire. Soul beauty is felt. It is not only seen with our eyes, it is felt with our heart, with our body, with our spirit, with our soul. And this, for example, is one of the reasons why in so many cultures, ancient cultures and contemporary cultures, we offer flowers in temples, we offer flowers on our altars, we offer beautifully smelling incense and oils to our gods and goddesses, because we recognize that the sublime in the material world, in this case, is a representation of the divine that comes through these flowers, that comes through these oils. And we have the same capacity to be a vessel of divine energy, of sacred energy, and to become beautiful because of the light of the soul and the light of the heart that shines through us. And of course, I have spoken about this in other videos, but this for me is part of the awakening of the rose energy. It is because we feel this lack of beauty that our whole being is in search, is on a quest to reconnect to this kind of beauty that deeply nourishes and satiates our soul and our whole being. And this beauty, this kind of fulfillment, can only come from cultivating our connection to the divine.